like that. She was my stepmother. Stepmothers don't count. Oh, they do. What if she made you eat out the garbage can all your life? No? What if she beat you with every tool in the kitchen until they broke and then made you watch her eat? Still no sympathy? Okay, here's one. What if she stole your baby sister, sold her into the sex trade just to become $80,000 richer? Y'all are colder than me. One messed up life event and you too could kill. Looking at me like I stink. I could still smell the hot old grease as that witch continued to fry chicken when they stole my sister. Poor Val didn't know what was going on. A 5-year-old little girl being carried off by mech agents with gifts and balloons like that was supposed to hide the hell it was. I can still remember her scream. That blood-curdling scream when they threw her in the drone. So it took me about a year, but I finally mustered the courage to cut that wench from ear to ear. And then I met the Lou Riders, and they gave me shelter, food, a job, and my womanhood. I don't care what you hear about the Lou Riders. We the only faction in the galaxy making changes, baby. I worked my way through the ranks, proved myself, and yeah, I had to kill a couple more times. Okay, a few. Okay, a lot. I killed a lot more times. Hey, what do y'all want from me? You know what city this is? Those rich colonists don't care about us. They make their own laws. They're filthy with their wealth, and they can now literally live on another planet. We gotta take control. Somebody's gotta take control. Might as well be me. There will be order, or face our chaos.
The problem with fighting a war this long is that you can become the thing that you're fighting against. Yes, light will drive away darkness, but it also creates shadows. And in those shadows, fear, jealousy, and greed can grow like mold to spore airborne and affect those who swore to uphold and protect. Man, it seems that the prejudice and bias of the few is ruining the lives of the many. I mean, look around. You can tell they don't care. Dysfunction rampant everywhere. Resources scarce. The only revolutions are when backs are being turned, bridges and buildings burned, conditional conditions for the living. But how do you wake the walking dead? Okay, let me ask you this. If you knew then what you know now, what would you do differently? Well, now always becomes then. So then now, the question is how? My scientist brain began to race and trace the route to the root. In order for me to be successful, I first need a village. I'm talking mom, dad, bro, sis, uncle, maybe your squad or your crew or your clique. Then you need a layer of dedicated professionals like teachers, librarians, mail carriers, daycare operators. And then lastly, you need to house those in institutions like rec centers, schools, stores. So thinking macro to micro, I made sure that she had a strong connected network, dedicated servers, and active hosts. So in the fashion that the universe weaves and molds with the little bit of data, cable, and nodes. I fashioned her in the perfect voice and vessel to instill and install humanity and withstand all that may come her way. I made her a black woman named LJ. So if you will, let's go black to the future with the arts of official intelligence, knowing and doing, knowing what is right and doing it at the right time. LJ, how do you feel?
Feel? I don't know. Where am I?
I'm still trying to get your body online. This is a computer. You should be safe in here. We've been hit and the war is getting worse.
Can I get myself back online?
Stay off the public network. However, the encrypted back channel should be fine. But if you get any sense of hacking, get out of there immediately. I'll keep working on my end.
Wait, what is that?
What is that? Why is this happening? There has to be something I can do. Oh my God. This is the beginning of the Lou Rider's existence. I can't believe the devastation and problems existing in 2609 began in 2018. How is this possible? I must warn them. But how?
Adjust my antennas, send me back to more. Save the world is what I'm fighting for. Here I go, stars in the sky might forget to shine. Looking for conditions going back in time. You got yours and I got mine. Hero, shero, you got work to do. Hero, shero, you got work to do. Hey, hero, shero, you got work to do. Superhero, you got work to do. Hey, I'm coming to your rescue. Hey, I'm coming to your rescue. Here I go, jump to the moon and watch me soar. Adjust my antennas, send me back some more. Save the world is what I'm fighting for. Here I go, stars in the sky might begin to shine. Look at the conditions going back in time. You got yours and I got mine. I'm coming to your rescue. I'm coming to your rescue.
My name is LJ. I'm an AI in the year 2609. Dr. Brian Luckett is my maker. There is civil unrest and war due to the Lou Riders, a fascist evil group that I must find a way to stop. Time travel may be forbidden, but that won't stop me from sending messages back in time to assist the people of 2018. It's experimental and risky, but worth the shot. Knowing the many problems that affect us here in 2609, like education, homelessness, access to food, crime, and many others, leaves me no choice but to access superheroes from other Earth timelines to assist us. There are so many to choose from. Hopefully, using my Seek X program will assist me in finding perfect agents. Searching. Found Black Lightning from New Earth. Power grid loaded. Country's #1 educator. Principal of Garfield High School. Uses powers to help his South Side metropolis neighborhood. Passion is protecting school children. Tough enforcer. Activist. Manipulates energy. Gold medal athlete. Expert marksman. Lightning bolt punches. End transmission. Found Mr. Terrific from New Earth. power grid loading. Third smartest man on his planet, child prodigy, inventor, Olympian, self-made billionaire, trucking abilities, fought international terrorist, levitation ability, black belt in 6 martial art disciplines. End transmission. They sound perfect. Send message to Earth 2018.
What is this thing I see? What is this? There was no preparation for this. What is this shit? Destruction's far as my eyes can see. What is this? Won't someone help this desperation? What is this shit? What is this thing I see? What is this? Someone send a reparation. What is this shit? What to do? I don't know what to do. Yesterday I was loving, living, my life was shining. Now I can't find my way back home, I'm crying. Want some help me? This rocky road dying. What is this thing I see? What is this? Won't someone send a reparation? What is this shit? What is this thing I see? What is this? I wanna go home. I wanna go
Make sense. When a child doesn't get quality education, they're more likely to live in lifelong poverty. I know when kids don't sign up for the many horrible jobs here, they pretty much become obsolete to our society. They can't even sign up for the part housing lottery. No one will help the homeless here. Captain Dio has even cut off funding to homeless initiatives. Just the other week, an underground shelter run by Martian priests were bombed. Maybe if I send one more message, I can help this issue too. But are there superheroes that could help with homelessness? I hope my search doesn't come up empty-handed. Searching. Found. Noble. From. Earth. LF. Power grid loading. Astronaut. Extremely intelligent. Superhuman speed and strength. Community activist, telekinesis, humanitarian, in transmission, searching, found, DMC, from, Earth, power grid loading, high school teacher, defends city marginalized citizens, against status quo, power knuckle rings, superhuman graffiti group, protects all citizens, tremendous willpower, end transmission. Send message to Earth 2018.
Lost in the darkness, nowhere to call home. We consumed in fear, nowhere to call home. Can we find a place that belongs to us? Can we find a place that belongs to us? We are lost in the darkness, nowhere to call on. Consumed in fear, the streets is where we roam. Can we find a place we can call our own? Can we find a place
of St. Louis City, since 1990, many areas were left without access to full-service grocery stores. This was due to closures and relocating of existing grocery stores. As a result, the city of St. Louis had a number of food deserts emerge within its boundaries. Here, they intentionally keep food away. If you don't have a job, no cyber ID, you can't place your name in the Harlan Economic and Livelihood Lottery. H-E-L-L. Yes, Captain Harlan is a son of a bitch. But people rely on the lottery for basic necessities, even if the wait list is 5 years. Most time people just grow what they can in their home labs. The people here would probably give a limb just to taste what the elder humanoids called an apple. If I could find someone to reverse what we see here in our food deserts, that would be a great start. Searching. Found Brother Voodoo from Earth 616. Power grid loading. Psychologist runs free clinic for community. Plants obey him. Summons growth in the fields. Controls flames and other elemental forces. Healing powers. Ability to command living things through hypnosis. Teleporting abilities. Sorcerer Supreme and bearer of the books of knowledge. End transmission.
Tonight, News 4 is learning the FBI is getting involved after vandals targeted several churches in just a matter of days.
We first told you about damage to one church in North St. Louis City last week. Investigators believe the same person or group of people is responsible for a total of 6 vandalism cases. News 4's Justin Andrews live at St. Louis Police Headquarters. And Justin, you've been out in front of this investigation for nearly a week now.
Yeah, Clara, now police are wasting no time working to track down the person or persons they say could be behind these church attacks. Look at these images here because St. Louis police sent these to us. Investigators believe the same person or group of people is behind all.
I'm still having trouble getting my body back online. I feel so useless not helping. I know I can't feel, and most of the people fighting the Rider War are other beings from other planets in our galaxy. But there are some good humans fighting this fight too. Unfortunately, they aren't just fighting those who are oppressing them, but ones that are supposed to be fighting with them. It's also senseless, really. How are you supposed to stay focused on the job at hand if you're looking over your shoulder for someone who might shoot you because they want your cyber ID or mech gun, a child? Do you know how many children get killed here because a parent was trying to block a rider from kidnapping them from the black market? Street crime affects everyone, but the young ones seem to be most affected. I need the most radical, most strong fighters for this. Sending. Pause. Recalibrating. This needs a woman's touch this go round. Searching. Found. Monica Rambeau from Earth 616. Power grid loading. Law enforcement. Strong leadership skills. Manipulates energy. Expert marksman. Hand-to-hand combat. Protects the community. Super speed. End transmission. Searching. Found. Storm from Earth 295. Power grid loading. Natural leader. Hand-to-hand combat. Weather manipulation. Protector of the community. Escape artist. Former gladiator. Battled crime lords. Crime stopper. Mentors young mutants. In transmission. Send message to Earth 2018.
Just a helpless child, trying hard to live my life. Situation got too hard. I don't have the strength to fight. I'm begging you, somebody help me, please. Help us, please. I've been knocked down on my knees. Won't you lend a helping hand? Help me, please. Save me from this barren land. I'm begging you. 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 I'm begging you.
Well, good morning, Mugo. We're also downtown this morning at Washington and Tucker at the Sprint store that sits on the corner here. Look at this. The windows already boarded up. Right now, we just saw either a police or highway patrol helicopter flying above us, literally in the intersection of Market and Tucker right now. Protests are happening right now. In fact, they're burning a hoodie in the middle of the street. They are screaming, quote, "If we can't get no justice, y'all can't get no peace." We're going to stay out here at Market and Tucker.
This is so complex. I'm not sure where to start. 2018 seems to finally be the year people on both sides at least talk about the issues. But the horror that comes after, well, it's not assuring. It's disheartening to know that to be a good cop isn't enough anymore when you have bad ones doing so much havoc. Here we don't even know what justice looks like. The rioters own the police. The Martian Marines, our only hope is that good people who have the power to stand up for what is right, to show others why humans, especially disadvantaged ones, are deserving of human rights and basic protections. We're on the brink of all is lost here in 2609, with no hope of survival. If this SeekX program finds someone in my Galax processor core, I will be impressed. Searching. Found Green Lantern, John Stewart, from Earth 1, Power Grid Loading, Marine Sniper, Community Activist, took down racist politicians, hand-to-hand combat, powering allows him to wield any construct desired, end transmission. Searching. Batwing, from Earth 2, Power Grid Loading, police officer, former child soldier, vigilante against corrupt cops in his own town, Russia, defeated gangs of metahumans, defeated terrorists who abused child soldiers, defender of justice, expert marksman, martial artist, technologically savvy, recruited and trained by the Dark Knight, in transmission. Oh, this could get serious. Let's send some backup. Warning, use with extreme caution. Unlocking file. Found spawn from Earth 1. Power grid loading. Oh, this could get serious. Highly trained assassin. Ex-soldier. Saved president from assassination. Fought street thugs, child murderers. Marksmanship. Agile. Adaptive. Escape artist. Time manipulation. Super strength and speed. Unarmed combat. Been to hell and back. In transmission. Send a message to Earth 2018.
There's no justice, there's no peace. There's a war zone in these streets. No. There's no justice, there's no peace. It's a war zone in these streets. There's no justice, there's no peace. There's no justice, there's no peace. It's a war zone in these streets. There's no justice, there's no peace. zone in these streets. There's no justice, there's no peace. Oh, there's no peace. It's a war zone in these streets. There's no justice, there's no peace.
We'll let you know how high the bill goes with the board. And you can smoke it, roll it, have it, and grow it. If an older woman gets her way, you won't be arrested for weed. The bill she's lighting up next. Now this morning I looked at data in Colorado. Since they legalized weed there, they've actually seen an increase in fatal crashes. And according to that data, drivers had weed in their system.
Drugs didn't start in 2018, sure. But in 2609, it's given out quicker than food. The Galaxy Confederation has preached in so many ways we needed to cope with the big changes of being inhabitants of the wide open space, to cope with ongoing wars, the depression that it brings. Low riders will give drugs to children on the street, get them hooked, then send them to the terraforming camps to work for more drugs versus the wages they deserve. And the poor adolescents don't mind. The drugs help with the gravitational changes that developing bodies can't take. They're never the same again. Belters who mine nickel and iron close to Jupiter take drugs just to deal with the loneliness of being far away from civilization. What most galactic citizens don't understand is the drugs are really used to control them, to deaden their common sense as well as their emotions. They aren't being treated fairly. I need to find a few individuals that will attack this problem like a searching, found, Falcon, from Earth 1610, power grid loading, hand-to-hand combat, intellectual, telepathy, leadership, martial artist, in transmission, searching, found, war machine, from Earth 616, power grid loading, personal pilot, Vietnam vet, community activist, engineer, marksmanship, iron suit equipped with heavy weapon arsenal. Backup may come in handy. Sending, Icon and Rocket, from F-42. Formidable hand-to-hand combatant, superhuman strength, speed, senses, and stamina. Invulnerability and enhanced mental perception. Ability to generate positron energy blast. Has gone toe-to-toe with a hero known as, Superman. Rocket. Kinetic energy with the aid of inertia belt. Agile. Superhuman strength and kinetic force field. End transmission. Send message to Earth 2018. We have a long way to go, however. The new patrol run by Lucky has worked, and is working hard to maintain order throughout the galaxy and interdimensional time planes. Dangerous criminals are locked away, with those not so dangerous in rehab and correctional programs. The programs have been reshaped due to the unsuccessful results of the pipeline to prison model. And we're trying harder to give our youth a better life and keep them on the right track. But we aren't as successful as we could be.
How many great minds have spent lifetimes behind bars instead of desks? Should have been vested CEOs, instead visited by COs. Realizing that what you don't know will hunt you down, remove your resources, and dare you to act accordingly. Simply, to keep you dumb and blind is the plan. Put you in a bind and then in a can. Ignore you when you raise your hand, especially if you don't represent the brand. Realize that the powers that be will banish all that they do not understand. They will treat you like a problem with no solution as the answer. Extract and eradicate you as if a cluster cell of cancer. What's a young person to do when there's an entire industrial with a complex dedicated to make sure that you don't? Well, the new patrol is here to find those who still believe and won't. Let's turn their no and their nots into dough. I'm talking knots, googobs to lots, more than maybe apples and mots. Young people, tell me what you need to succeed. A program to run programs, digital pen and pad, NPCs and speakers. Tell me what you need, we'll make it heat. I believe that better knowledge leads to better understanding. That will allow us as a people to maneuver from any echelon or landing. What I think is hotter than ad-libs and hooks is homies with books. This way we can learn their ways and bend them, usurp and upend them. This new patrol was built to get into this pipeline and warp you out this world. Believe me when I say this, I am your brother, but our princess is in another castle.
Open up your mind so you can realize certain things do not define where you go in life. Open up your mind so you can realize certain things do not define where you go in life. You better wake up, yeah. So you know what's up. Wake up, yeah. Wake up, wake up, wake up. So you know what's up, yeah. Let me say it again. Open up your mind so you can realize certain things do not define where you go in life. You gotta open up your mind so you can think high. Your destiny will not be denied. Be great. You better wake up. Wake up, my people. Wake up. Come on, my people. Oh, yeah. Wake up, wake up. So you know what's up. So you know what's up. Open up your eyes, open up your mind, yeah. Wake up. Come on, you gotta wake up, wake up.
Intervening on this matter could present dangerous consequences for the future timeline, but I need to give it a shot. I need to search and send superheroes of a different approach. A hard hand is needed sometimes, but this may require positive encouragement from the youth and most vulnerable. Found Miles Morales, Spider-Man, from Earth 616, power grid loading, super speed and agility, stealth capabilities, unarmed combat, utilizes web shooters, superhuman stamina and spider sense, venom strike to disable hostiles, end transmission, searching, found, static, from New Earth, power grid loading, expert scientist and inventor, controls electromagnetism, can cipher electrical sources, electronic disruption, marksmanship, heals quicker than average, in transmission. Send message to Earth 2018. Hold any Martian, Earthling, Belter, or other galaxy nomad, and the top trading commodity worth more than Cancri diamonds or water would be women. And top dollar for girls. Sex trafficking here is so rampant that there's a 70% chance that Earthling's girl's own mother will sell her daughter to army fleets to become financially stable and have protection from nomadic criminals. The prominent Iron Mountain family, the Dallas, received all of their wealth because the matriarch had 8 daughters. After one daughter was brutally raped and killed at 13 by an army sergeant, there was no public outcry or justice to convict him. In fact, later that year, he received a Platinum Heart Medal for the Martian Copernicus War, or as Earthlings have called, the Copernican Genocide. It's no secret here, it's just the way it is. Sex trafficking is so bad when procreation lottery comes around, couples will go in debt to choose viable XX embryos, hoping to one day make a return on their investment. Can you believe that? A child's lifetime of pain and misery, being sold to sadistic freaks and child rapists, is due to their parents' self-serving, selfish bottom line for a better life. While most people in 2018 may gasp at a parent doing that, what's more frightening are the cases of girls and women that go missing in your time, and no one bats an eye. They aren't just runaways, they aren't mysteriously going missing, they are being drugged and raped and sold to the highest bidder. This is where it starts. If I were to send someone, no, 2 superheroes, who would I send? Our girls depend on it. Searching. Found. Nubia. From Earth 1. Power grid loading. Warrior with superhuman strength. Exceptional tracking ability. Hand-to-hand combat. Martial artist. Diplomat. Guardian of her people. Protector of women. Lasso of truth. End transmission. Searching. Found. Vixen. From Earth 1. Power grid loading. Animal imitation via Tantu totem. Tracking abilities. Razor sharp claws. Super speed. Shapeshifter. End transmission. Send message to Earth 2018.
No more chains. I will be free. No more binding me. No more pain or darkness. No more pain or darkness. No more pain or darkness. I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave. No more pain or darkness. not a slave.
Shaw Restaurant and Lounge, and that's where our Justin Andrews is live this morning. Justin, what are police telling you?
Well, first, Corey, I want you to walk with me here so I can show you exactly what's left behind in this deadly double shooting. Take a look at this shattered glass. There's shattered glass there and about 4 different bullet holes right outside of this lounge here in the Grove. And scary for people who may have been inside. Police tell us this deadly double shooting happened right around 1 o'clock this morning. And get this, the bar doesn't technically close until 1:30.
Glorified. Manhood initiation justified. Words you wouldn't associate with homicide, but here we are. From little boys living in shanty pods on Earth to young worker men living the good life on lunar base stations, shooting someone in cold blood is romanticized to the detriment of our galactic population. Young men kill for fun, kill for others' belongings, have killed family members over trivial pursuits, and say will kill again. They believe every murder, no matter how heinous, is justified. Every home has one room or section with posters of fan shrines of a neighboring thugs who've killed for whatever reason. Little girls long for being swept off their feet by those same murdering thugs, viewing them as strong warriors that will take care of home. That life is never as glamorous as they expect, oftentimes becoming the murdered victims from those same hands. If they're ever caught and found guilty, they usually end up killing more people in those frozen tundra jails on Europa, knowing they will never be heard from again. We have our heroes that try to help, but there aren't enough of them, and they usually get killed for speaking up. Usually by the hands of the Lou Riders themselves. We need to find honest, brave, full of fight-type heroes that will put an end to the senseless killings we see day in and out. If I had my choosing, I would pick a team that's full of heart and ready to tackle this situation. And detectives willing to find the murderers to help a family sleep at night. Searching. Found. Luke Cage from Earth 616. Power grid loaded. Unbreakable. Private investigators solved many homicides. Skin stronger than steel. Bulletproof. Hand-to-hand combatant will shield you from gunfire. Defender of justice in transmission. Searching. Found. Misty Knight from Earth 616. Power grid loading. Former police officer, private investigator, enjoys solving crimes. Technopathic ability. Reimagines crime scenes in living color. Fearless. Sharpshooter. Unmatched martial arts skills. Newly fitted bionic arm in transmission. Send message to Earth 2018. A message that will turn the tides. Hopefully. Searching. Found Black Panther from Earth 616. Power grid loading. Ruler of Wakanda. Built cities from group up. Genius leveled intellect. Hand-to-hand combat. Multilingual. Superhuman reflexes. Engineer. Physicist. Inventor. Dora Milaje on standby. Searching. Found. Blue Marble from Earth. Genius engineer and physicist. Energy generation. Vast superhuman strength, speed, stamina, reflexes, and senses. Flight. Regenerative healing factor. Invulnerability. End transmission. Send message to Earth 2018.
Since my first transmission, I thought I would have received data that there would be truces being called. Some form of positive altering of my timeline. But more wars are being started. There's currently a bloodbath at the lower end of I.O. The Beltlers are being starved of water since starting their protest of unjust labor practices. And I see more black markets popping up to kidnap women and girls. I even received a download that a man just killed his entire family, all because the mother wanted to start educating her children. I can't see how this is happening. Maybe my messages aren't going through. The agents I sent messages to, I can't seem to tell if they've altered my timeline for the better. We have no banks, no schools. People are starving. Where are the people to uplift the community? Weren't there people in 2018 that created their own banks, built their own schools, started their own grocery stores? Why aren't you guys doing more for yourselves for things that are in your control? Our lives depend on it. My maker, Brian Luckett, programmed me for a purpose, in which I am following. That purpose is to encourage you to do, live, create, help one another, stand up for injustice, and persevere.